All right. What's up, guys? It's your boy, Mr. Keith himself. To the new viewers, my name is Ketamine Keith, also Skeldus the Reaper, and a few other names, but nonetheless. Before I get into the story, I want to make a few disclaimers. First one is don't attempt anything in my stories. These stories are for entertainment purposes, and they're personal experiences with me. And yeah, don't follow in Keith's footsteps. Moral of the story. But other disclaimer: I am not glorifying any of these stories. I just I feel like I should give these stories out to people, and I feel I feel like it'd be pretty interesting to hear my own stories again. But starting with the story, we are talking about the first time Keith tried Benadryl. Now, Benadryl, if you don't know, it's for nasal congestion. As far as I know, it's for nasal congestion, and it helps with, clogged noses and whatnot. Now, me on the other hand, Keith didn't really care about that. Now, the story starts where I was in a car with two of my homies and my stepbrother. Now, we were in the car on the way to the studio at the time, the studio that I go to for my music. And I remember we pulled up there, and I was drunk as all hell off of some Jack Daniels, because one of the homies had a bottle of Jack Daniels with him, and pretty much all of us had drank. So we get to the studio. I'm pretty drunk. My homies are pretty drunk. We're just living lavish. Good old days, whatnot. And my stepbrother tells me, asks me if I ever heard of Benadryl, and at the time I didn't know what Benadryl was. And he pulls out this giant, he pulls out a bottle. It had maybe 1,000 tablets in it, maybe 500 to 1,000 tablets. And there were these small pink pills. And he told me, hey man, if you do these with me, we'll trip together. So me being Keith, I accepted, and I didn't take a couple, I didn't take 5, I didn't take 10. No, me and my brother, being drunk as hell, slammed about 35 to 40 Benadryl at once. And oh boy, was it not a good time. I remember I couldn't record, I couldn't write anything. My mind wasn't straight. And I just remember having the worst time of my life. Now again, don't recreate, don't go out your way and do what I did, because Keith's not the wisest person, but Keith also loves to entertain, so it wasn't a good experience. We're sitting at the studio. Like I said, I could not focus. I couldn't do much. It felt as if everything in me was vibrating, and in my vision, it felt like everything was constantly shaking, shifting. It felt as if I was experiencing a couple hour long earthquake. And I remember, as I was getting ready to record, after finding some peace of mind and some calmness, my stepbrother starts geeking out. He's sitting in we had a couch at the studio. He's sitting in the couch, and he's hunched over. He's head pointing towards the ground. He's drooling, and nobody's worrying. And I ask him, I say, hey man, are you good? He's slurring his words. He doesn't even know where he's at. He's slurring his words. He's trying his best to communicate with me. I'm getting nothing. So me being drunk and tripping off of 30, 45 Benadryl, I start freaking out. I start screaming at him, hey, my stepbrother, I'm like fully convinced my stepbrother's gonna die. I was dead set, me being so fucked up, I was dead set convinced my brother was going to die. So, like I said, I remember screaming at him, telling him, hey, we gotta get this guy figured out. We gotta do all this. And at that time, nobody knew what to do. Nobody there but my stepbrother was familiar with Benadryl, so we didn't know if bro was overdosing or whatnot. So everybody's panicking. Everybody's freaking out. Everybody's, scrambling to figure out something. And meanwhile, he's slouched in the couch. He thinks we're all joking and laughing. He starts giggling and laughing himself. We're all freaking out. And so we eventually decide to get him out of the studio and to get him somewhere safe, or even the hospital. So we leave the studio. We're walking to the car. And at the time, the studio was at somebody's house. It was at another homie's house. So we're literally just walking down a neighborhood looking for the car that we came through with. So we're guiding my stepbrother. He's stumbling. He can't even walk straight. He has two people helping him. And as we're walking down the street, he sees a car, some random person's car. And this is at like maybe 2 a.m. It was really late. It was about 2 a.m. and we're walking down the street, and he sees this random car, and he pushes the two homies that are helping him aside. He pushes them out of the way, and goes to the passenger side of this car, and he opens the door. He opens the door, and the car's unlocked. I thought the alarm was gonna go off. The alarm doesn't go off. The car's fully unlocked. He gets in the car, and he sits in there, and everybody's freaking out. Oh my God, they're going to call the cops. Somebody's going to call the cops. We're going to go to jail. So we're trying to get him out of there, and he's not budging. He's not budging whatsoever. So not only are we freaking out thinking bro's going to overdose, but he also broke into and entered a random person's car that we have no clue who was. So that happens. Eventually we get him out. He starts giggling, walking down the street even more, and he just books it. He books it the opposite direction. We go to chase him. And bear in mind, everybody's drunk, so we can't really see much. It's dark as hell outside. And he just books it. He books it the opposite direction. We go looking for him. We can't find him. We don't know where he's at. And eventually I said that he'll be good, which, I mean, it's kind of a dick move not to go out and chase him, but like I said, it's like 2, 3 a.m. We're all drunk. I'm tripping off Benadryl. I'm not going to go out and chase him, So he dips. We lose him. Everybody splits up. We get in the car. Everybody, goes home, goes their way. And I remember waking up in the morning, and I had gotten a phone call from one of the homies saying they found him. And so we go to this park that was like maybe 3 blocks from the house at the time that I was living at. And we go to the baseball field at this park, because this park was like right next to a college. It was Morningside College, and they have a baseball field. And we go. I show up to the base. I get told to go to the baseball field. I show up to the baseball field, and my stepbrother's passed out in the middle of the field. He's gone. He's beyond salvation in the baseball field. So I was relieved that he was good. I mean, I was good. I got home fine. I did my thing, played my game, went to bed. I was good. I was glad he was good. But yeah, he ended up waking up, and we kind of went along with our day. And yeah, that's the story of the first time Mr. Keith himself tried Benadryl. Now again, I don't condone it. Don't do it. It's not a very bright decision. You can overdose. You can die. I'm not going to support it. But nonetheless, it was a very interesting story, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Now, if you guys want to hear any more stories, hit the comments, honestly. Hit the comments. If you like this video, like the video. If you want to subscribe, if you're not subscribed, hey, man, go ahead and subscribe. That's cool with me. Yeah, this was the first time that Mr. Keith himself tried Benadryl. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and that's it for me. Take care, y'all.